The forest, once upon a time, was above all else, above any gods and goddesses. It was the source of life, an entity big enough to be made into songs and tales. To the people, the forest became their home, their religion. The forest was their identity. This is the story of the Zeliangrong community, their tradition and culture bearing the indelible mark of Mother Nature. Ethnographic research on the culture and the tradition of the Zeliangrongs, like any other community, will first bring you to the establishment of a settlement. Somewhere in a new land, a house dedication ceremony takes place with Tingkupao, the traditional priest, performing a ritual with materials gathered from the forest. Nguangbang for prosperity, Terabang Puanmai, and Ntabang Puanmai against any ill omen, Pungring denoting youth. The earth has music for those who listen, and for the Zeliangrongs, where the music came from all things natural, the art followed suit. Interestingly enough, most of the songs, stories, and legends are inspired by the beauty of a flower, bird, or animal. Nature meets art and culture in the form of ingenious musical instruments such as the ox skin nkwang, drum, simtuai cymbal, made from metal sourced from the riverside, stringed wooden instrument, nra. As the notes escaped the ntao, legends got created in verses. Similarly, Zeliangrong handloom also takes big inspiration from the forest. The colors, motifs, patterns, they all were woven stories, stories inspired by nature and man's relationship with the environment. Tamenglong District in Manipur is home to the Zeliangrong community. Approximately 30 km away from Tamenglong is the unique village of Dailong, one of the oldest villages in the district. Dailong is a classic example of man-nature coexistence. The topography consisted of large rocks or teodoi that gave the village its name. Now known as Dailong, the village is surrounded by Tharuan in the north, Gadaibot Hill in the south, and Longku Forest in the east. It is also home to the Rongmei tribe. To the Rongmeis, conserving forests is a way of life. The intimate relationship with the natural environment can be witnessed in the day-to-day lives of the Rongmeis. The Rongmeis identified their pristine forest as sacred groves, locally known as Rengan. The aim was to try and keep these pristine grounds far from exploitation. The highest ground in the area known as Luangku was identified as a place where no one was allowed to practice jhum cultivation. This concept of community reserved forest, which began in the 70s, was in continuation of what our forefathers had been doing since time immemorial.
Aram Dailong mai horizon jo thami he rai nong upau non na ngao na bam tonge kum se ki la roi khon na ngao de do ngang wa thai kom ti ri jang khon na ka sham su khang reng rui di khoi lo ni cho Hang the Buhraloni so to me, the Halana, Namdon, authority in a Korean Laluson Someone, taking Bangazo, Damaten, okay, do me, Larian, come a Namdon, General Meeting, 1965 Janghode, when a resolution Kailo. Resolution Kailo is a kid, Lauroni Marina Capom, probably me, no, Brevi Lauroni so to me. Canoe long form, Tanna, Lin, Royot. By my company took the line is in the Omega guide to me, Ram, the Dean Him, that how I got to. I do a jungle way, Joe it to me, Lau Kai me to Comisaki, one tongue like me to night, Dean Him of that, bought out and Namrai Pang back, Nana, don't be tongue, hell lang to Joel Hold and allow that.
Then development was not something people perceived as a threat to the forest, but with time came the threat of expansion, illegal logging, and excessive hunting and poaching, to name a few. It became imperative to save what they called home. The Manipur government in May 2017 declared Dailong Village as a biodiversity heritage site due to the presence of the Indian wild orange, the parent species of present-day orange. Its discovery in Luanghu came with the hope that the region will receive much-deserved protection and recognition. We have come a long way from dependency on the forest for survival to the commercialization of the same resources. But little pockets like Dailong continue to exist because of the collective desire to preserve what our forefathers so dearly protected a long time ago. The forest is our cultural heritage. It is in our songs, stories, and art. It is our identity. Losing this heritage is not an option.